Have you ever been in a run where everything feels perfect? You're no longer worried about anything in your run. You just let your legs flow. Time just starts to fly. Well, that's, fellow runners, what's called the state of flow in running. But here's the question, what is it exactly and how often can you experience it? Today we're gonna dive into this topic. So the state of flow in running is that stage when you're both focused and relaxed, almost in a meditative state, and running doesn't feel like an effort anymore. It's just so natural to you. Your breathing, the movement of your body, and your pace becomes almost like automatic, and you can fully focus on your sensations and on the surroundings. It's something very related to endurance. So when we are running for a longer time span, it's much easier to reach a runner's flow because you give your body and your mind the time to adapt. This state is something really powerful to find yourself into, both when you're training and when you're racing. Okay, fellow runners, so we saw what is a state of flow in running, when it can occur the most. Now it's time to give you some inputs on how to reach it. With these inputs, I'm sure that you're gonna reach it faster and much easier. So the first step to find your flow in running is to find your easy, moderate pace where you can feel focused and relaxed at the same time. Try to learn to know more your body and how it reacts to different paces and rhythms. Pay attention to your breathing, to your sensations. If your breathing, for example, feels too much labored, you should slow down a little bit. Once we found this pace, which I like to call natural pace, you'll be able to find a state of flow also with faster paces. Input number 2, minimize your distractions. And I talked about it already in my video on how to run mindfully, if you want to have a look at it. So if you're used to running with music, with a lot of distractions, it's time to unplug, to just focus on your sensations, on your breathing, on the surroundings, the noise of your footsteps, whatever is natural. If you can, choose routes that give you peace of mind, that don't give you a lot of distractions. So natural settings like a park, the seaside, whatever you have at disposal. Because what we want here is really a deep connection. Input number 3, consistency. If you don't run consistently, how can you imagine feeling comfortable with your body and yourself and finding that state of flow indeed? So in order to get comfortable, we need to have a consistent weekly mileage and get our body used to its biomechanics. So aim at having a fixed schedule, including easy runs, which are gonna be your tool to find that state of flow for the first time. Use your long runs to get in the state of flow. Have you ever noticed, fellow runners, how the first kilometers or miles in your long runs or races are usually the hardest ones? Well, that's because you're just setting up your pace and getting comfortable with it. Long runs and endurance are the best conditions where we can find our state of flow. Try to just focus on the run itself, on the present moment, and see what happens. This is the fastest way, normally, to find your state of flow. You're gonna find your own rhythm and set your pace, the one that matches that very moment the most, always more consciously and confidently. Another great input when finding your state of flow is to forget your stats. And that's why easy runs are the best way to reach this status. Forget about the numbers and the data, the performance, everything. What matters the most is what you feel. We can get comfortable with states of flows, with faster paces later on. Input number 6, embrace mindfulness, being present in this moment. If you can't really stop thinking about distractions, whatever fills your mind with thoughts, it's fully normal. Just try to rather come back to the present moment by focusing on something around you, like a tree, the birds, whatever you have around you. Sometimes it can even help outside running, starting to get comfortable with meditation or breathwork techniques. They are always great tools to learn to be present in the moment. And last but not least, give yourself time. It can take even a lot of years. Don't worry, fellow runners, don't rush it. Get always more comfortable with connecting to the present moment. Be patient, don't force it, because sometimes it just comes when you're the least expecting it. So, fellow runners, I hope that with this video it's a bit more clearer to you what is exactly the state of flow in running. Feel free to let me know down there in the comments if you've ever experienced it. What is it for you? Maybe you have another definition. I'd be really curious to know it. And I'll be seeing you in the next video.